Welcome to the World Class Speaking podcast series. This is a place where you will learn how to present, persuade, and profit by improving your communication skills. Each episode in the series is a chapter from the book World Class Speaking in Action. And each chapter is written by a certified world class speaking coach. I'm your host, Matt Miller, and I've carefully crafted and summarized each chapter in the book. Have you ever been confused because you can't understand a complex topic? In this episode, you're going to learn a powerful tool to help break down complex topics into a simple, relatable, and easy to understand idea. This is episode 17, Metaphors, Tuning into Your Audience's Understanding. And the episode is written and authored by Nate Dunlop. And Nate Dunlop is a certified world-class speaking coach, as well as a keynote speaker, corporate trainer, and, quote, metaphor mastery maestro. Some alliteration in there. Now I'm going to tell you why this episode is important. This episode, we're going to talk about metaphors. Metaphors are important because, and this is from the book in quotes, the use of symbolism and metaphors enriches understanding of something that expands its meaning beyond a literal level. Metaphors should simplify the complexity, transform abstraction into concreteness, and bridge the unknown to the known. So, what exactly is a metaphor in simple terms? As speakers, consider metaphors as language symbolizing that one thing is something else. For example, here's a metaphor. The power of determination is like an arrow hitting its target in a hurricane. Now, if you think about that, the power of determination, now that's being compared and symbolized to an arrow hitting its target in a hurricane. If you think about an arrow hitting its target, if it has to go through all those obstacles, it's going to be so hard, but it's showing resilience, it's showing determination. And that's what the power of determination is. The goal is to simplify a complex topic by relating it to something else. A metaphor is composed of taking the unknown, the complex, and or the abstract components of what you want to say and comparing them with the known, the simple, and the concrete equivalent so that your audience can understand what you're saying. The comparison or the metaphor must be relevant to your message, and the comparison must be relevant to your audience. And again, a metaphor is symbolizing one thing as something else, and it makes you think and draw your own conclusions. Here's a couple other examples of metaphors. One example is time is money. If you think about it, you can have as much money in the world as you want, but you can never have more time. And time is what creates money. There's so many ways that you could pair time with creating money. You could look about investing over a long period of time, how that time is compounding your money. That's an example of showing that time is money. Another example of a metaphor is he is a night owl. So you're comparing the person to a night owl, somebody that stays up late, but it's a clever way of saying it. Another example is she's going through a roller coaster of emotions. Now you could think about that as she's going through a lot of ups and a lot of downs, a lot of peaks and a lot of valleys. And then another example is she has a heart of gold. You're comparing somebody's heart to gold, which is often thought of as amazing, great, wonderful. So basically, you're saying she has a wonderful heart. And those are all metaphors, and they're important to incorporate into your speech when the goal is to simplify a complex topic by relating it to something else. Now that you know the benefits of adding metaphors into your speech, what is one complex topic that could be compared to something else to simplify its meaning? Think of something in your speech that you can incorporate a metaphor into. Now, I encourage you to have at least one metaphor in your back pocket for your next presentation. And that wraps up this episode, which was all about metaphors, something that is clever and helps simplify the complex that you can include into your next speech. Now, in the next episode, you will learn how to uncover humor in your speech. That's all we've got for this episode on the World Class Speaking podcast series. Until next time, remember that becoming a great communicator is so important because it leads to greater impact, influence, and income. Thank you for listening and have a great day.